Hello and welcome to the Spiritual Life Coach Podcast. I am your host, Erica Haynes. On this podcast, we'll use spiritual truth and spiritual tools to lighten up your challenges. This episode is for you if you have self-diagnosed a scarcity around both money and love. It seems like no matter what you do, how hard you try, you're just not feeling secure in your relationships, you're not feeling loved by your partners, even after you put so much effort in and you worked so hard at it. Similarly with money, you think about it all the time. Frustrating. It feels like it's for other people and not you. Other people know the secret and you don't. You think things like, what is the secret? Who knows it? Who will teach me? What's wrong with me? Where is the money? Where can I find it? Who has it? Who will help me? You feel kind of helpless. The perspective shift being offered in today's podcast from A Course in Miracles has helped me with this. And so I hope it helps you with this. If you deeply get what's in this podcast today, you will see money start to flow. You will let go of your grip on love and money. You will stop trying to force it all the time. And you will be abundant and loved and feeling as beautiful and confident as you deserve. Good morning. Let's kick off the podcast with chapter 10 of A Course in Miracles, titled The Idols of Sickness. And this is right at the introduction. Nothing beyond yourself can make you fearful or loving, because nothing is beyond you. Time and eternity are both in your mind and will conflict until you perceive time solely as a means to regain eternity. You cannot do this as long as you believe that anything happening to you is caused by factors outside of yourself. You must learn that time is solely at your disposal and that nothing in the world can take this responsibility from you. You can violate God's laws in your imagination, but you cannot escape from them. They were established for your protection and are as inviolate as your safety. God created nothing beside you, and nothing beside you exists, for you are a part of Him. What except Him can exist? Nothing beyond Him can happen, because nothing except Him is real. Your creations add to Him as you do, but nothing is added that is different because everything has always been. What can upset you except the ephemeral? And how can the ephemeral be real if you are God's only creation and He created you eternal? Your holy mind establishes everything that happens to you. Every response you make to everything you perceive is up to you, because your mind determines your perception of it. So this is new for me because this isn't a passage that I open to frequently. This isn't a passage that I feel like I've read before, even though I might have. Let's dive in. A few sentences that stand out. The first one, nothing beyond yourself can make you fearful or loving, because nothing is beyond you. That's powerful and reassuring, right? At the end of the first paragraph, it's talking about how you can't violate God's laws, only in your imagination, that they were established for your protection and are as inviolate as your safety. That's really powerful for me, because finding my safety through God is my source. I made up a little poem about it that goes like, God is my source, I cannot fail. God is my source, I cannot lose. God is my source, I shall not fear. God is my source, I can be free. God is my source, I can believe. God is my source, I only love. Spirit is my source. God is my prosperity. This is mostly work I've been doing around money, but it's true of love also. That the less we're attached to the effect of money, people paying us, clients, whatever it is for you, your paycheck, the amount of tips you get, where your next dollar is coming from, or romantically, who likes you, who thinks you're special, who is thinking about you, who feels what about you. The less that we focus on that, being that is the effect, and the more that we recognize that all is the effect and the cause is us, because the cause is God. So you are the money and you are the love, and you never lose love or your ability to be loved. It's only when you think about it as it's being evidenced in your life that you block it from yourself, that you block yourself from the source of love, or that you've given it to someone else. And therefore you've cut yourself off from it. So the more that we focus on the effect, the more that we cut ourselves off from the cause. And I have found so much safety. I have found so much healing and safety in recognizing exactly what this passage is talking about us being eternal and us being of God and God being the one and only source. So our safety and our supply and everything else is not coming from another person or another thing or a condition. It's coming from the cause, which is God. So that fully resonates with me. Then this last part that I read at the end of the second paragraph, every response you make to everything you perceive is up to you because your mind determines your perception of it. I just recognize that as we change our mind and as we relinquish the ego and the fear and the control and the need to find specialness from somewhere else, everything changes. And so, of course, how we perceive things changes. And we can consciously choose to perceive things differently. One way of doing that is by processing our emotional response or identifying our emotional response and putting awareness on it, which releases the emotional response, which colors our perception of everything. And since we are creators of our reality, when our perception shifts, our reality shifts. So I'm going to leave it at that today. You can always send a message to me through my website, ericamhaines.com. And please leave a review if you're feeling friendly. Have a great day. Girl, I bet you like it when I stroke it like that. So